But if you really want to make an impact on a single mom's life, pay our rent for a month.
In April, I started dating a guy, and it was amazing. Like right from the beginning, treated me like a princess, just like one of the best relationships I've ever had, honestly. I got sucked in, and then I noticed that every so often I would do something small and he would get triggered and flip a switch and go from being this nice, gentle, caring guy to...
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Yo, what is going on, guys? So on today's episode, we are going to be kicking it off with a clip from this single mother right here, who I said in the title was a Christian, but in retrospect, I don't think that she is. Obviously, because being a single mother and being a Christian is somewhat of an oxymoron. But nevertheless, this is a woman who is a little bit frustrated. She's a little bit angry that people are walking away from her, okay? That men, that society, that taxpayers are not doing enough to help her out as a single mother. So we're going to be taking a listen to what she has to say here today. As always, guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, and let's jump right into the video.
I've seen multiple people this week posting about how their churches are hosting baby showers for pregnant single moms or events for single moms. And that's great. Like, thank you for the diapers. But if you really want to make an impact on a single mom's life, pay our rent for a month.
Okay, so number one, I have absolutely no interest in making an impact on a single mother's life. And I think that many people who are watching this video, who are sensible, level-headed individuals, don't care to do so either. And the reason why they don't care is because it's not their kid. It's not their responsibility, and it's not their silly decision that they made, okay? If you're a single mother out here and you are raising a child by yourself, you have done something wrong, okay? Unless the dude, you're a widow or something like that, in which case I have sympathy for you, I have empathy for you. But unless you are a widow, you're a woman who has lost her man to unforeseen circumstances, I don't care. Okay, I have no desire to help you out. I have no desire to pay for things for you or to come and fix things in your life because the kid is not mine. Okay, and I think a lot of other people share the same view where, you're not entitled to someone else's time simply because you made the silly decision to have a child. To a man who either, wasn't going to stick around for the kid, in which case, why did you choose him? Or who you chose to run out of the picture because you couldn't keep him around. So, not really interested in helping you out here, but let's keep going. Let's run it back.
I've seen multiple people this week posting about how their churches are hosting baby showers for pregnant single moms or events for single moms. And that's great. Like, thank you for the diapers.
You see, she can't even be grateful for the things that people are choosing to do for her anyway. So apparently in her area, or locally, right, there are churches who are giving away diapers, who are trying to help out these single mothers. And I don't have a child, but from what I understand, diapers are not cheap. They're pretty expensive. Okay, so she can't even be grateful for the help that she is getting. She says, obviously, oh, thank you here, but, you can obviously tell that she's being facetious, that she's not actually grateful. So the help that she is receiving, which, by the way, nobody owes her at all, she's not even grateful for.
But if you really want to make an impact on a single mom's life, pay our rent for a month. Help out with an electricity bill. Help us out with daycare for a month. Like, maybe help provide free or cheaper daycare.
Maybe you should look after your own child. This is the wonderful lie, okay? And I bring this wonderful lie up many times, but this is the wonderful lie that womanism has sold a lot of these single mothers, these strong and independent ladies. And again, whenever I say the word ladies on these episodes, a lot of the times I use the word really loosely because they're not actually ladies. But the lie that's been sold to a lot of these women is that they could have it all, okay? You can have a kid, you can have your Prince Charming in your family, and you can also go out here and be a boss babe who parties on Friday nights and whatever nights because, you know, you feel like you should be able to let loose, right? It's like they want to have it all. They want to be able to go out here, to have their career, to be able to party on the night times, but also to have their good guy who's not going to leave them and who's going to provide for her and pay the bills. And what they find out is that you can't do it all at once. Okay? If you want to look after your kid and you want to have a family, fine. You want to have a career, fine. But this whole idea of like running around and doing all of this different crap at the same time, good luck to you, madam. This is why these women complain and they say, well, raising a kid by yourself is so hard. And my answer to that always is the reason why raising a kid by yourself is so difficult is because you're not supposed to do it by yourself. You're supposed to be able to keep around a guy. And if you can't keep around a guy, or if you chose a bad one, not my problem. I do not care. You do not have to get with the guy in the first place. Let's keep going.
Cheaper daycare. I don't know. There are just a lot of ways to really make an impact on a single mom's life. And I'm just so tired of the Save the Children crowd wanting a pat on the back for handing out some freaking diapers. Pay my rent for a month.
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode. Okay, so first of all, again, no. Nobody is interested in paying your rent for a month. That's number one here. Number two, this woman is saying, listen, these people who are giving away these free diapers, okay, these churches who are choosing to help her out, oh, they're just virtue signaling. They just want a pat on the back. Ma'am, first of all, that's probably not true. Second of all, even if it is true, and they're only doing it to virtue signal for you, you should be thankful that you're getting any help at all. These are people who don't even have to do this, and they're choosing to help you out. I tell you what, guys, if I was in like a position of genuine need, right, and I needed some help, right, this is a woman who I don't think is in genuine need, by the way. I think she's just lazy. I think a lot of these people are straight up entitled, and they can have, you know, they can actually make things work, but they just want free handouts from people even though they don't deserve it. But let's just say I was in a situation, okay, and I was in dire need, and I needed something from someone. And someone came along and they chose to help me out in whatever capacity. I don't care if they're virtue signaling. I don't care if they're doing it to look good in front of other people. Maybe I actually needed help. You know, I'm going to be thankful anyway that they chose to help me. I saw it like these videos, man, I think it was recently, about like Mr. Beast coming along and curing people's eyesight. And then people had like issues with it. I'm like, bro, he's out here helping people regain eyesight and you're complaining. I don't care if the guy's virtue signaling. I don't care if he's making money off of these people. It doesn't bother me. The fact that they're actually getting help is what needs to happen at the end of the day. But the girls like this are so, you know, entitled that they can't even say thank you for the people who are actually helping them. And she says, you know, you should be out here paying my bills if you really want to help. You're lucky that you get any help at all, to be honest with you. But let's run it back and then we'll continue on to the next clip, who, by the way, is also a single mother.
And I'm just so tired of the Save the Children crowd wanting a pat on the back for handing out some freaking diapers. Pay my rent for a month.
No. And so that's the end of the clip, right? But again, guys, like I don't have kids or anything like that. But from what I understand, like diapers are not cheap either, by the way. So I don't know what the hell this woman is complaining about. Let's jump into this next clip here. And I haven't seen this one, but this is another single mother because, of course, you know, it's amazing to me. What else are you going to do with your time, right? Aside from, it's amazing. Like this first woman will complain about, you know, daycare and about how people should help her out, paying for rent or helping her with her kid or whatever. But she has the time to sit down and record TikTok videos complaining about it. Amazing stuff. So this is the next woman here. I haven't watched this TikTok yet, but she is also a single mother, and she's replying to a comment here that says, "How are you doing, Amy? Seriously?" Question, so let's jump in.
Talk friends and family. It's been a while since I recorded a video to tell you how my life is going, but somebody asked this question on one of my other videos, so I thought I would answer it for everyone because it's a pretty loaded question.
Before she answers the question, this has to be one of the most narcissistic things I've ever seen, by the way, guys, right? And I know that's a bit of a buzzword here, but if you want to inform your friends and family on how you're doing, just shoot them a message, right? Don't record a TikTok video and then post it to the public to see. Whatever happened to people actually valuing their privacy, right? But now, of course, everyone, someone does something and of course they just have to share it all over the internet. If this woman actually wanted to keep her friends and family up to date, she would just shoot them a message. She wouldn't record a TikTok video and post it to the internet. Like, again, mind-boggling.
Things are okay. My divorce was final in March after a year of being separated. Of course, he moved in with another woman after 6 months of separation. Anyway, in April, I started dating a guy, and it was amazing. Like, right from the beginning, treated me like a princess, just like one of the best relationships I've ever had, honestly. I got sucked in, and then I noticed that every so often, I would do something small and he would get triggered and flip a switch and go from being this nice, gentle, caring guy to calling me names, telling me to F off, and then breaking up with me.
Okay, so I've got a headache from listening to this already. There are so many red flags and things that are wrong here, but I'm just going to address the primary thing here, which is, if a man breaks up with you multiple times, why are you going back to said man if you think that he's a bad guy? That's my number one question, okay? If a man is awful, if he's a terrible guy, if he's a narcissist or whatever word you want to use to describe him, and he's a terrible man, why would you go back to him multiple times? That's always my question. Number two here, divorced single mother, absolute classic. Okay, so, again, these are details which, why do your friends and family, maybe your family has to know for whatever reason, I don't know, but hell, even then, why are you sharing personal details to just random strangers on the internet? Maybe if you're close with your family, you can describe some of the things that you're going through if you need some help, whatever. But this is just insane to me how we're sitting here and we're talking about our relationship debacle, our divorce problems, and the next guy that we're dating as a means to update our friends and family. It's all for attention, guys. It really is. And we have to obviously paint ourselves as a victim all the way through this. I guarantee you, by the way, if we were to sit down and we were to talk with the guy, the ex-husband, we would probably get a very different story. Right? He'd probably say, yeah, I moved in with this girl 6 months after, but, this girl was cheating on me the whole time or something. I don't know if this woman was cheating, but, there's two sides to every story. And of course, the only side we get is I'm a victim and the men are bad.
And then a couple days later, it would be like everything was fine. And this kept happening. But the good times were so good that I kept staying.
Right. So, again, I don't care. I don't have any empathy whatsoever. You chose to stay. It's absolutely stunning to me, right? How we're a victim, but we chose to stay multiple times. I've always been, guys, this is my logic here, right? My logic is, if someone breaks up with you, the relationship is over. I don't care how many good times there are. I don't care how many fond memories you have with the person, okay? If the person sits down and they break up with you, the relationship is done. You don't go back, you don't continue it, you don't pretend like everything is normal, the relationship is over. Because if someone wants to throw you away, then that's their decision, allow them to keep the decision. But this is, we're supposed to believe that this woman is a victim, and she's gone back because the good times were just so good. Get out of here, bro, get out of here.
Were so good that I kept staying. I started moving stuff into his house, and every time this occurred again where he broke up with me, I would have to move stuff out of his house, then back into his house. Just a really toxic cycle.
Right. So again, you're doing something which the husband was like. So the husband is a bad guy because he left and he got with a woman and stayed, moved to her house 6 months after. But it's totally fine for you to go and do it, albeit it's a longer time period. But this is a guy who doesn't want you anyway. So, you're going out and you're moving in with this guy who doesn't even want you, but we don't see anything wrong with that. Like at all. This just doesn't cross our mind. We should just continue to chase this guy. And oftentimes why these women do this is because either A, the dude is really, really attractive, or B, he represents a lot of stability. Okay, so maybe she didn't get the house and she has nowhere to live now and she doesn't want to get a job. I don't know the particulars of the situation, but the dude has some sort of leverage over her. It's not because she loves him or because she cares about him or because the good times were so good. There's always, people always say that like men, like we're the pragmatic and the cold and the logical calculating ones. But I tell you what, a lot of these women, they're with the guys not because they love them, not because they care about them, but because the guy maybe has a house or because he's attractive or he represents something to her that, he has leverage over her in that particular instance. But of course, we never talk about this, right? Because the dudes are the logical, cold ones, and we're the guys who are evil, and we make victims out of these women.
And the last straw was this past week. He took my daughter and myself and some friends to Hawaii because
Okay, so sounds to me like the leverage he has over her is stability. This sounds like maybe he's a dude with money, right? He's a dude with a house or something like that, and she kind of needs a place to set up shop for herself and for her kid. That's just what it sounds like, just a bit of a stab in the dark here, because she's been taken to Hawaii.
My daughter's going to college there, so he took us there to take her to college, get her dorm room set up. And the second night we were there, he freaked out again because I was paying more attention to my daughters than to him. Called me a stupid bitch, told me to get the out of the room, broke up with me yet again, and booked a plane ticket for the next day.
It's an evil world we live in.
While you're enjoying this video, make sure you subscribe to me and our fellow Fiend Gang members. You can find their channels linked in the video description. If you like my videos, make sure you go check out Warg the Detective, Hidan the Mummy, and Locke the Bounty Hunter, and subscribe to their channels in the description down below. Now back to the video. Okay, so here's the thing, madam. I don't buy this, and if it does happen, it didn't happen for no reason. So she's trying to position it as though, oh, this dude, these men, they just leave. Like, this guy just left me for no reason whatsoever. He just up and left Hawaii after taking us out here, and he breaks up with me over the smallest things, and he freaks out over the smallest things. Okay, sure, maybe, but you know what's more likely? That he's doing it for a reason. That he broke up with you for a reason. Now, I don't know why he would continue to take you back or to continue to go with the relationship. That guy sounds like, I don't know what the hell he's doing. Probably has like bad self-boundaries or something. But I'm going to take a stab in the dark here and say you probably did something that he didn't, that was crossing a boundary for him. And so he broke up with you, but he doesn't have strong enough boundaries to actually remove you from his life. So he's a little bit of a simp, it sounds like. This is a guy who's taking care of a kid that's not his. He's taking you on trips to Hawaii, whatever the case may be. And you're probably still trying to keep your options open, which of course he's not comfortable with. So he periodically throws you out, but doesn't have the self-respect to actually keep you out of his life. That's going to be my guess, but take your pick, guys. Honestly, I'm just kind of guessing here, but that's going to be my guess.
So he based me yet again and booked a plane ticket for the next day. So he basically left me and my daughters there in Hawaii and went back home. Obviously, that was the last straw. It should have been the last straw a long time ago, but, you can f me, but don't mess with my daughters. Don't mess with their happiness. So, super controlling narcissist, I know now.
Right, there it is, right? The guy is a super controlling narcissist. He took me to Hawaii. He takes me on vacations or whatever. He helps my daughters with college who are not his children. but he's a narcissist and he's a terrible guy and he broke up with me for no reason whatsoever. Yeah, sounds about right. Doesn't sound like something's off at all.
Now, I seem to attract them. I changed the name on my TikTok account because now there's more flying monkeys out there looking for me and watching everything I do. So, but I can only go up from here. So thank you, Chad, for asking, and it'll just get better.
Right, so this whole video was basically for two things. Number one, to paint ourselves as a victim. Number two, for attention. But, you know, videos like this, guys, I never believe them at all. You know, it's like there's a shred of truth among every just like 5 lies that are placed within the middle of the video here. And the last one that she ends this off with, and whenever these people say this, I always have to bring it up. You know, they say that, oh, he's a toxic, controlling narcissist, he's a terrible man, etc., etc. I seem to always attract these bad guys or these bad people. No, you choose these people and you call them bad. You see what I'm saying here? Right? Don't pull this whole, oh, they just enter into my life and I'm a helpless victim and he manipulated me and he gives me the good times but also the bad times. No, no, no. Okay, you chose to engage with him, you chose to have a relationship with him, you chose to continue to go back after he broke up with you multiple times, and obviously your decision-making skills are subpar considering you are a divorced single mother. But guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments, and you'll have to excuse me, guys. I'm recording in a little bit of a different spot here today, so the character animation is not on, and my voice sounds a little bit strange because I've got a new microphone and stuff. But as always, guys, make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.